1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Safe House
Blog
Show.
Talk Radio.
Okay. Welcome back to the Safe House Show. I am your host, Sean Dollars, and I'm in here again with the lovely Robin. I ain't gonna say your last name. I would break your anonymity, but I ain't gonna even do it. It's nice to be back, and I did miss you guys. It's been a very big week for me. Actually, it's been a very big couple of weeks for me and for Robin. So I've been going. There's been a lot going on. So we want to welcome you guys back. Don't forget, if you want to call in at any time and be a part of the show, here's the call-in number. It is 347-539-5088. And if you would like to contact us, that is our email address. So you can reach us at The Safe House Show on Instagram or Gmail or Facebook or Twitter. So all you need is that one word, The Safe House Show. I know there's not one word, but you know. Anyway, you got some college graduate in
Compound word.
so you got a college graduate in here. You got to do everything right. So first thing we're gonna get started with, we're gonna talk about Miss Robin. You know,
Wow.
yeah. Why you think you better than me, man? Huh? Yeah. See, y'all don't know what's been going on. What's been going on is since Robin been a guest of the show, we've been getting emails and Twitters and people commenting and all of that stuff, and Robin is so this and Robin is so that, you know, because just like any other actor, like everybody thought Charlie Sheen was a nice guy, then you catch him, you know, on Behind the Music and he doing drugs and he wild and
Are you
crazy.
saying I do drugs?
Listen, your behavior is that of somebody that might be, you might pop, you probably don't do no drug, but you'll pop a pill. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll take a pill. But so recently, I got to hear every day, everywhere we at. It's Robin's show, and she telling me about her fans, and everybody telling me they seen her on the show. And I don't know if they're just trying to make her happy or anger me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know which one it is. And people walking up like, aren't you the co-host on the Robin show or something? So before I put my hands on somebody and get myself in trouble, why do you think you're better than me, man?
I don't think I'm better than you.
Okay, well, let's talk about Robin for a minute.
What?
Robin is on TV now. Huh?
All right. I'm on
See?
TV, but
See
I
you
don't think I'm better
smiling?
than you.
Uh-huh. You okay?
Yeah, you're
All right,
making me
scoot your
nervous.
microphone back.
You're making
All right.
me nervous today.
I'm making you nervous?
Yeah.
All right, let me scoot this out the way. Aren't you ready?
Yes.
All right, now you can't do that when you get your big break. You hitting the microphone and all that, man. Thought you was a big star.
People like me don't need big breaks.
So anyway, so do you know, what are you doing in this commercial that somebody pulled up on her yesterday? Oh, I seen you on TV, and then she pop her little collar and she didn't think she all like. So what are you doing in this commercial? Have you seen it yet?
No.
You
But
haven't?
I don't speak on it. I just walk up to a patient and, comfort them, and that's really all I do.
Okay. Well, that ain't get you at your strength, which is talking. Because you, man, I'm telling you.
You got a lot of haterism going on.
I mean, listen,
You
hey,
mad
let me
'cause you
tell
ain't
you.
being noticed?
Listen, let me tell y'all a story. One day, me and Robin was riding together. So we was going a nice little distance, right? So we riding, and it's not a lot of conversation on the ride. So I'm sitting there, and I look over, and don't laugh, man. I sit there, and I look over, and I'm looking. I say, man, I say, Robin, why you ain't talking? And she looked at me and she was like, well, I don't know. I was like, well, talk to me, baby. We riding, let's get the conversation going. Man, this girl started talking and wouldn't shut up. It was just, it was like I was being punked, and I sat there and I just started laughing because I asked her to stop talking and she was just going on.
Is this story time?
She was just going, yeah, story time.
Okay.
She was just going on.
got my own stories.
You got your own stories about who?
You.
Oh, man, I wish you would try to tell a story, boy. Man, you don't want to know what
How
happened.
good are you with knives?
How good am I with knives? I don't know. How good am I?
You can cut a bare neck. You can slice a bare neck.
I know you ain't just do that.
I mean, I asked you, was it story time? You said yes.
Oh my God. So anyway, I listen, man. Hold on. Let me put this banner up here. Don't sit up here and be live on the radio program like that, man. What is wrong with you? Alright, well, we all sit.
He just hit me in the eye. Sorry, he put the banner on because he hit me in the face.
And but that's cold. That's cold. If I would have knew you was going that deep with the stories, I would have went deep too. But I ain't going there.
I'm a deep individual.
Okay. So you don't know what you did in the commercial. What did they do when they taped you? What was going on?
They asked me to, just walk up to the person. It was two elderly people right there. And they said, walk up to the person, put your hands on them and show them, like, comfort and talk to them. But we didn't do... I talked during the taping, but on a commercial they say we're not talking. It's just the company little spiel that they say. So they didn't let us talk.
Okay. So
it's really only a hot second. The commercial is very brief. But I can't be seen. I do give them a little airtime.
Well, if it's a hot second, how did you consider yourself a big star?
I'm a star without the commercial.
Okay. All right. So
I'm a star because I'm a child of God. Okay.
Okay. All right. I ain't got no problem with that.
When you been on TV lately?
Listen. When I was on TV, it wasn't to be celebrated. Yeah.
Oh,
okay. So we were talking about why you think you're better than me.
But I don't think I'm better.
Then why do you keep telling everybody this your show?
No. Tell the truth.
Look in the camera and don't laugh.
I'm saying
See?
Because they asking for me and you're mad. Okay. You're mad because ain't nobody said, Sean, when you coming back on? Ain't nobody said nothing about Sean. All
right. Okay.
Tell them the truth.
Okay, we got to blaze through this.
Tell them the truth. You said this is my last time on your show.
Oh yeah.
Because you're tired of people.
No, the reason why I'm tired is because I asked you, was you coming on today, and you like, well, I got this to do and that. So it ain't like you don't went Hollywood on me, so I can't afford you no more. So, all right, so you on a commercial, you on the Safe House show, you got all these requests, you just got a raise, then you just get a promotion.
Man, people might bribe me or something.
You told them you got your CCW, so they come get it. They just come get it.
They might catch one.
Right, because you don't want me telling the story about the gun.
You told them the story.
Okay, all right. So you got a promotion?
Yes.
So how much more money you making now?
None of your business.
The people want to know how much.
You want to know.
Listen, man, if you want to know how much money Robin is making, feel free to call into the show. So you happy with your raise?
I'm happy with the job. It's cool. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
It was glad that I was, good to be recognized that I could do the job.
Okay. Extra cool, responsibilities?
Yeah, a whole lot of responsibility.
Okay. All right. So
sometimes it ain't always good to want to be on the top or, running the show because it's a lot required of you.
So who running the show? You or the bosses?
I mean, they trusted me. I still have to answer to them, but I'm still over other people.
Okay. All right. So Robin having a big couple of weeks. She got a promotion. She in the commercial. She's obviously the star of this show. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously.
But that ain't saying much. All we got is thugs that watch it. Anybody at home watching this right now got at least 2 felony convictions.
No, I had
that's what my audience is not but thugs.
No, I had a professional person call me yesterday and said, why you ain't tell me about your show?
Y'all better stop watching this show.
Wait a minute.
If you got a career and a future, don't watch. I don't want nobody with no future watching my show. You're going to bring my street credibility down, okay?
Oh, wow.
So somebody pull up on you and they ask you, when was you going to be on the show again?
No, they asked me why I ain't tell them about it. They seen the show about, which one? When I think the girl Tracy called in and I was telling you about something, but they were saying it was really, really funny how we was going back and forth with each other. They say I'm real good at keeping you in your place. That's what they told me.
Boy.
That's what they said.
Hold on. This is my show. Don't do that, man. Okay, don't keep it straight now. Keep it straight. Okay. All right, and we back. Okay, we back again. Now, I'm telling you. All right.
Do you have anger issues?
No, I ain't got no anger issues.
You sure?
I didn't tell y'all what I did since she brought it up, man. This is really gonna change the way y'all feel about me, okay? Robin is kind of like a homebody. She don't go nowhere, right? So we get into an argument one day, and she was actually hanging out with some friends of ours. What you smiling for?
Oh yeah, because I'm surprised you telling the truth about you. Yeah, put the number up there. So we hear the story. Call in.
So we get into an argument. So I go, I come home. It's like 12 o'clock at night, and she ain't there. So this is abnormal. So I looked around the house. We got a bunch of pictures on the wall. So I took some of the pictures and got rid of those.
How you get rid of them? Don't say it mildly.
Now this years ago, man. Don't act like you know what I'm saying.
Did.
And then I bought her this bear.
Wait a minute. How did you get rid of the pictures? If you living like that, if you can't talk about it, you shouldn't have been doing it. Did you throw them up against my door and break them?
Listen, first of all, I got rid of the pictures, and she had this. That ain't the good part. Okay, we get to the good part. And she had this big teddy bear that I bought her that she liked. So I cut the bear head off.
Cut the bear head off and left him to die.
Well, I knew you cared about the bear, so I put his head over here.
Thank God I ain't walking.
Man, listen, man, whatever, man. So anyway, when she walked in the door, she told me she was with some people, and I felt kind of foolish because I messed up these pictures that I actually liked. And so there you go. You said, "Do I got anger issues?" I got anger issues.
Yeah,
so you ready?
You broke phones before.
Right?
How you broke my house phone?
You ready? You ready?
Phone?
Now we got the public. You ready for me to tell one?
What? No, it's about time you told one on you. They know enough about my lifestyle.
All right. So anyway, we crazy. So I need y'all to understand we crazy. I'm crazy.
Yes.
I ain't gonna even do it to you because I love you too much. I ain't even gonna do it.
You love me too much.
Right. See, I put myself out there and I'm leaving.
For the first time since the show got started.
Oh no, I always tell the truth. I told him I used to steal from my job. I told him I used to do drugs and alcohol. And
you ain't told no truth stories since you've been sober.
Cut it
How
off.
much time you got now?
Speaking of the fact I used to do drugs and alcohol, I recently just celebrated. What? I'm about to tell him.
Oh, okay.
I recently just celebrated 18 years sober. It was October the 4th of 1995 was the day that that God woke me up and I ended up getting sober. So I got 18 years. I know I look relatively young. She look old. We be together. They be like, "Who's that, your aunt?" I'll be like, "Yeah, we just."
The urine sample's still out on that, though. We don't know.
The urine sample on my sobriety test?
Yes, we
please.
collected it.
Man, please. Everybody know I'm sober. You, on the other hand, is up in the air.
I bet you can.
What about at the day you was at your job and you was
What?
thinking about taking them Percocets?
Oh,
Hey, listen, man. Y'all don't understand how much our personal life been discussed on this show today. We just listen. Eventually, we gonna have to move. We gonna have to move on,
right,
man.
because these people might be recording something and they
Well,
know all our business.
Well, no, you had thought about. You said you had thought about it. You didn't actually do it.
No,
you know
I
what I'm
didn't.
saying? Yeah. So you cool.
God.
Anyway, I recently celebrated 18 years, so that was cool. What else is going on with me? I recently moved. I've been living in a place for about 14, 15 years, and I moved somewhere else, and it's actually a nice place. But I dealt with some kind of I don't know what you would call it, like emotional type thing. Like it's kind of difficult for me to get comfortable in this new place because I had been somewhere for so long and I've been used to that atmosphere and the neighborhood and all of that type of stuff. So it was kind of depressing to be there for the first week. Not that it's not a nice place, but it was just hard getting adjusted.
Who helped you move? Who helped you move? In a brand new truck. Oh, you don't want
So, first of all, you plug your truck, you plug your new truck, and
Right.
then you take credit for helping me move. Hey, listen, Robin helped me move, y'all. Okay?
Thank you, yes.
Now, she didn't grab nothing heavy, but she grabbed like a lamp and, some stuff. But you helped me move.
I put stuff in the back of my 2013. What do you mean?
You're
Most
so
people won't
arrogant.
do that.
Now y'all getting a feel for it, right? They don't need to know you got a 2013. They didn't need to know you got a brand new truck, and they didn't need to know that you helped me move.
They did need to know.
This is why you don't talk during the commercials, okay? This is exactly why. Because you say stuff don't need to be said, okay?
Well, I just let the people know how my heart is good. I'm in the, I do the things for
Yeah,
them.
you might have a
Because you
good
done
heart.
told them I'm selfish.
Well, that's the truth. That's the truth. You want me to tell them the popcorn story?
Oh, you ain't.
I know. See, did y'all hear that? That y'all little pure, little poly purebred don't want y'all to hear the story about the popcorn. But anyway, so we dealing with the new stuff because we've been gone for a week. Robin got a raise. Robin is in the commercial. Robin is the new star of the Safe House show, and I'm the co-host some kind of way. Robin got a 2013 new truck. Robin is a professional mover to go along with her medical degree. What else we got about Robin?
I'm struggling in my math class.
You're struggling in your math. What kind of math you taking?
College algebra.
College algebra. If anybody out there is taking college algebra, if you watch our show, all jokes aside, please email us and call us so we can get in contact with you. She needs some help with her math. Let me tell y'all the story. Now, I never told Robin this story, so I'm going to tell y'all this story. And Robin is going to hear it for the first time in front of y'all.
Oh my God.
I'm sitting at home. We sitting at home. She's at the table studying the human heart. I'm sitting in the living room and I'm watching the football game. So, I hear her in there grunting or whatever, and I say, well, baby, what's going on? She say, this, I ain't gonna never get this. You gotta know the whole human heart, this and that, because she's working on either being a nurse practitioner or anesthesiologist. She hasn't made her mind up. I think she should be an anesthesiologist because they make more money, but that's just me. Anyway, she has to have this course, and she's trying to learn the human heart. So she tells me, this is too hard. I'm not gonna be able to do it, right? So I'm thinking about all this money that we gonna have once she graduates. So her saying I can't do this is unacceptable. So me being the good man that I am, I'm a motivator. I hate to tell you this in front of everybody. So you remember that day?
What you about to say?
Do you remember the day?
I remember that.
All right. So I go in the living room, in the dining room actually, and I say, well, listen, baby, this is what you need to do. You need to come up with a system. Break the heart down into quarters, into 4 parts, okay? And just remember, this is upper left, this is in the upper left, this is in the lower left, this is in the upper right, this is in the lower right. And I say you got to come up with a system. So we went upstairs in our computer room and printed out a picture of the human heart with these labels. And I said, well, this is what you do. Keep writing the labels, drawing the labels, and then that way it'll be easy for you to remember. So we come downstairs, and I'm like, you just got to develop a system, baby, and you'll be fine. I'm like, this is not hard. This is not hard. This is not difficult. Just need to come up with a system. And she looked at me. She said, baby, you right. This ain't hard. I just don't know it. I got to come up with a system. I'm like, yeah, it's not hard. So she put her head back down the books. I went to sit down and finish watching the game. I'm thinking to myself, man, that's hard as hell. Man, I was lying. I'm sitting up there lying. I'm like, yeah, that ain't hard. Just come up with a system. And she went right for it. So the bottom line is you got to be a motivator, And you nailed that, though, right?
Yeah.
You got that human heart. I mean, y'all should have seen it. It was ridiculous. We talking about veins and plugs and this and that and arteries, valves, all this stuff. And she like, I got to know this and I ain't going to know. I'm like, baby, that ain't nothing, man. That's simple. All you got to I went and sat out. I'm like, she ain't gonna never get that. She might well quit now. Right. But
what was your motivating factor?
My motivating factor is the financial aspect.
Okay.
Like,
you was honest.
listen, if y'all don't know, I'm marrying for money. Okay, now I already love Robin, right? But the fact that I could love her with $200,000 a year, that's a new love. I love you more. Wait till you walk that stage. I'm going to be right at the other end with a ring in my hand saying, will you marry me?
I ain't going to want the ring then.
You ain't going to want it?
No.
No? Okay. Well, then, you ever heard of murder-suicide? They have murder-suicides all the time. They like the new thing now.
I want the ring now. You gotta love me, marry me when I'm broke. Put the ring on my finger or something.
You was broke when I met you. You ain't broke now.
Well,
I already upgraded you.
But I ain't got no thing. You done heard that song?
Man,
You gotta put a ring on it.
You remember that tennis bracelet that I was gonna buy you for Christmas?
And every time you get mad, you take stuff back. You cut necks, you take stuff back, you break pictures, and loving you is hard.
Who cut? You talking about you cutting necks? Like it was an actual neck. That was a teddy bear, man. How many teddy bears do you have?
I don't know.
Take a wild guess.
Maybe 30.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 30 bears, and you got a bigger, prettier bear than the one
But you
who
still
met his
get
demise
mad,
that
right?
night.
You don't realize.
Hey, listen, we got a whole show to do.
Okay, well,
You
what
just
else we
making
talk
it all about you. Let's talk about
You
your
start-
car.
Oh, I ain't gotta talk about my car.
You already brought it
It's
up.
candy apple red. It's nice red color. It got sunroof. Oh, I'm sorry. You asked me about my car. What kind of car you got?
I just drive a little something that get around town, and nothing special.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing special. Got to keep it on the down low.
Keep it
Told
on
you
the
they
down
ain't
low.
nothing but criminals, people.
You
with-
afraid they gonna rob you?
No, I ain't afraid they gonna run. If they catch me wrong, ain't nothing I can do. You go, man, have it, don't kill me, you know.
But you, when you come back, boy, you coming back. You coming
Don't tell
back.
them that, man. I'm just kidding. Better pat me down good, because you don't pat me down good, that's your behind. Anyway, man, let's listen.
How's
Big,
your emotional status now, though? You said you was emotional. This all no joking. I'm
my
serious.
emotional status about what, the apartment?
Yeah, you fine now? Cause you know,
I'm trying to get used to it.
It
man.
wasn't no lightweight, like sound like some weak type stuff. Like some sucker type. You wasn't weak. Or nothing. I mean, I'm just trying to figure you out. Cause where you come from, we don't share feelings. Now you on the internet talking about emotional. I mean, just trying to. You sound dollars. I'm just trying to make sure everything all right. That's all.
Oh my God, man! Do we have security in here, man?
For what?
Cause oh my God, so. I tell you, it's hard for me to get acclimated to a new place.
But you
say
said it
I'm
on the
just
internet.
checking to make sure there ain't no sucker stuff. So you saying I had a sucker attack because I moved out my apartment?
Maybe you felt like.
Hey man, look, they might think I'm a sucker. Look at this pen she gave me, man. Do y'all see this? This is probably the most feminine pen I've ever held in my hand. Anyway, can I finish the show?
Okay, go ahead.
Cause you really being disruptive. This is why you don't talk in the commercial you in.
Okay.
They had you touch somebody and then they move on to somebody. They let somebody else do the talking. So anyway, for the past week, why you looking at me like that? Like you don't tell me to shut up.
Right.
All right, for the past week we weren't here. Robin got a raise. Robin got a promotion and a raise. What else did I say you did?
I'm in a commercial.
You're in a commercial. You the star of this show. Yeah, all of that. Me, I celebrated 18 years October the 4th. Moved out of my apartment into a new apartment. Y'all probably wondering why we don't live together because we're not married. Okay, so we don't mess around like that.
No, we don't.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But we do some other stuff.
No,
we don't. We don't do that
we
either.
don't.
All right, so and the last thing one of the big things that happened to me for the past couple of weeks, I lost my mentor and a close friend of mine. His name was Larry Allen Green. He was a guy that I met when I first got sober, and he exposed me to a total different way of life, a different lifestyle. I was very urban, very ghetto, very. I hadn't been raised well. I was actually raised by the streets. I didn't want to follow the rules and dictates of my mother. So I took to the streets. And I learned what you learn in the streets: how to survive, how to survive, how to live, how to maintain a certain attitude. Your phone ringing?
This is the person want to call the show. They probably need the number.
Some person want to call the show. Who was that? Lolita?
Lasagna.
Oh, Lasagna? No, we don't want her kind calling our show. But anyway, I met the guy, and if you need to text her, text her. But see how important she is? We having a live show, broadcasting all over the world, and she over here texting. This is how important she is. Anyway, this is my sponsor. This was my mentor. I was uploading a photo, but I don't know how to get it here. But you can go to our Facebook page. I have maybe about 5 or 10 pictures. The Safe House Show on Facebook. And this guy was just great for me, man. The first time I ever been out of the state, he took me. First, like everything, man, and this guy was just great to me. And when he passed, I was devastated. It was really devastating for me because I wasn't there for him in his last days. I found out later that he had 6 months to live like 13 years ago. And out of the 18 years that I've been sober, he was with me about 17 of them. So it was difficult because I wasn't there for him. He would always tell me he had a bunch of heart problems. He had a bunch of heart surgeries, and he would always tell me, well, Sean, this might be the last time. Well, Sean, I probably ain't going to make it through this time. And I would always go, and he would always survive. So I actually thought he was milking it. You know, I thought he was just telling us things to make us emotional, or telling us things to to get a response out of us. And when I found out he had 6 months to live 13 years ago, it made me feel bad, because I started to think, if I knew he had 6 months to live so long ago, I would have treated him different. But that also made me feel bad, like, well, why would you treat him different just because you knew he had 6 months to live? Why wouldn't you generally treat him different? And I don't think that I treated him bad. I just, if you knew that somebody you really cared about was going to die, it would just totally change the way that you interacted with him. So that was a big thing for me. And he had a memorial, and I went there, and I met one of his daughters. I don't think I knew both of them. I knew Nikki because I met her a couple of times. But his other daughter, I didn't know, and I met some of his family members. But it was just kind of rough on me, because I'm in a 12-step fellowship, and we had to get sponsors. And a sponsor is somebody initially that will take you through the 12-step program, that will show you how to implement these 12 steps in your life, and they in turn help you build a relationship with God. But what ends up happening is you develop friendships most of the time, and you get information, and you build camaraderie with each other. And me and him, we got really close. So what happens is, now that he's passed, I have to get another sponsor. But I'm at a dilemma, because I believe that if I get a sponsor too fast, it's like disrespecting him in my mind. And if I take too long, then I become a hypocrite with the people that I sponsor and the people that I do recovery coaching with, because I tell people to get sponsors, and in turn, I don't have one right now. Now, I do have a support group. I do have people that I talk to, but I need to have one main person, which is a sponsor, and I don't have that. So that's something that I was going through, and Robin was there to support me. And I need you to understand, this guy was not perfect. Like, God doesn't make perfect people, but he was perfect for me. When I got sober, I needed an individual just like him. I didn't know that at the time, but as I look back on my life, God put him in my life, and I was really fortunate enough to spend 18 years with him. And Robin had said something to the tone of, when you're 18, that's usually when you are an adult, or you turn, grown, or whatever the case may be. So I did have him for 18 years, and I need to be grateful for that. But it was just difficult. People tell you things like, he's still here, and I'm like, no, he ain't. And they like, well, he here in spirit. I'm like, man, that's not good enough. You can still talk to him. No, I can't. They're like, he just can't answer you. Well, that's one of the main parts of why you talk to people. If you need some help, you want some feedback. But I don't think I was so much upset at God. I think I was more riddled with guilt, because I didn't spend a lot more time with him, and that I wasn't, like, he asked me to come to the hospital, and I went to go see him. And to be honest with you, I got a new car, and in the university hospital, in their garages, they had these thin lanes where you go through the concrete. So I went to find somewhere to park that, which would have avoided me going into these tight garages, and I couldn't find a place. And I said I would go back, and I never went back, and I never got a chance to say goodbye. But he actually had left me a message, and he had said goodbye to me. And I'm going to actually play this with you, because I know some of you knew Larry. And basically, he just said goodbye. And there is one word of profanity on here, so I know it's a Christian station. So if this is going to be offensive to you, I apologize in advance. But I'm going to let you guys hear my sponsor and mentor saying goodbye to me.
Well, my brother, I'm praying. I hope you're praying too. Prayers do work, believe that. you get a chance to call me back, so I'm calling you back before I go under the knife. It might be the last time I talk to you for quite a while. I hope to make it out of this shit. I'm fighting, but it don't look good, Sean, for real, I'm serious. But just keep me in your prayers, man. Keep in touch with my mother. She'll let you know what the deal is. If I don't make it, then she'll be handling arrangements and stuff. So, all right, man. Thanks a lot for your friendship. Thanks a lot for your love, and thanks a lot for just being in my life for the time that we had to share, man. God got into some sense of humor. But I love you, and I hope everything works out great for you and Robin and the kids, and my prayers. So, God bless, and I'll talk to you on a later date, I guess, or on the other side or whatever. But once again, thanks a lot. All right, tell everybody to say hi. And like I said, keep in touch with my mother. If you don't hear nothing about me, then you'll know that something went wrong, and she'll let you know what the arrangements are. So this is just going to be a memorial. I'm just going to be cremated and have a memorial. Ain't going to be no big old thing. So, all right, but it would be nice to have you there if you can make it. So, if you ain't too busy. All right, man. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, so he got an opportunity to tell me goodbye, and it was they say time heal all wounds, and that's true, man, because I was really devastated. I was in bad shape. I'd be just operating during the day, and I just start thinking about the fact that I'm not going to be able to talk to him anymore, and that hurt me. So that was something that I was dealing with. So I wanted to just talk about it. If anybody knew Larry and you would like to call in and tell us a story or tell us, something about your experiences with him, please feel free to do that. We won't take it in bad taste. Just remember, this is a Christian station that most of the stories about Larry probably go a little over the top. Let me tell y'all this story. One day, me and Larry was together, and I pissed Larry off. Larry was very upset, and Larry rarely ever got real upset. Did I ever tell you the story? I know you heard this story.
Probably, I don't know.
So we riding, and we going to this meeting, and Larry's hot. He upset with me, and Larry say, he was like, "You selfish. You selfish. You a selfish MF." He said, "You don't think about nothing or nobody but yourself. You selfish." He was like, "I bet you right now if a Brinks truck flipped over and you had a chance to get the money or say the driver, you would take the money because you selfish, you inconsiderate, and you don't care about nobody but yourself." He said, "If it flipped over, you would grab the money, wouldn't you?" And I looked at him and I shook my head. I said, "Larry, I'm going to be honest, man. I grabbed the money." He said, "I would too." He said, "But that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You selfish and you inconsiderate." But I mean, this dude, man, he was great, man. He was great to me. He was great to other people. He had his flaws, he had his issues, but God couldn't have put a better person in my life for the time that I knew him, and especially the time that I met him. Man, I couldn't have did this 18 without him. There's no doubt. It's not a shadow in my mind. So I want to pray for Kai and Miss Green and Nikki and just the whole family and everybody, Lynn, everybody. And if I forgot your name, but blame it on my head instead of my heart. But I just want to pray for all of y'all, and I really want to thank y'all for holding me down and lifting me up. It was strange at the memorial because I was telling them I was his favorite, and everybody started laughing. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all laughing for. I was his favorite.
That's because you selfish, like he said.
No, that ain't it. Everybody knew that. Like, I found out.
You needed the most help.
Yeah, I need the most help.
Yes, you did. You need the most help.
The Vance just texted me that his cousin Boogie want to borrow my car. So I don't know what that's about. But that's LeVance. He'll probably be calling in later. I don't know who he gonna be today when he call in. He done called in.
Fans don't know who he is for real.
Right. LeVance is a clown. He a big fat. He a big fat clown. He should be our mascot.
Right. Well, yeah, we can bring
big
him on
fat
our
clown.
show.
You done kicked the man off the show?
Yeah, I'm just talking.
Yeah, I mean, but technically, man, we started the show together. It was.
And LeVance cut out on you.
Man, let me show y'all a picture of y'all forgot what he looked like. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
LeVance.
He not the handsome one in that picture. So
Oh,
if anybody
my God.
thought he was the
Ego.
handsome, I'm saying though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I am handsome next to him. Now you put me next to Brad Pitt or somebody, then you could just throw some dirt on me. But look how ugly he is, man. You know what I'm
Shouldn't say that.
What you mean?
He
Look
got
how
a
big.
wife.
Man, anybody can get a wife. He get a check. What you mean?
Oh,
He got a
wow.
wife. Yeah, he get a check. Look at that shirt he got on. That look like
He
one of
might
them.
not make that much money though.
Man, look at that shirt he got on, man. It look like one of them Amadeus shirts that be all fluffy and fun. What you
Why
mean?
look
You
like that? That's
said
a button down.
you said he don't know. No, look at them ruffles in that shirt, man. Look at his forehead.
You better hope
Look
the
at his.
fans don't call in.
Ain't nobody scared of Levant. Look how his hairline is moving all the way
Baby,
to the
don't
back.
talk about the hairline.
Man, whatever. My hairline is fine. Don't be sitting up there trying to. They done seen my hairline. If my hair wasn't so messed up right now, I'll show them my hairline. My dreads is all over the place. My hairline is fine. You know? Anyway, well, let me see. We talked about, we had a lot going on. We talked about,
Oh, that's the fans.
yeah, that's Levance. I ain't on Levance, man. Anyway, we talked about I lost my buddy, man. We talked about me moving. We talked about my anniversary, which is 18 years. How much time you got?
13 years.
13? And I met you how long ago?
12.
12 years ago. So they gave me, no, I had 7 when I met you, and you had 2. So you was pretty much a newcomer.
No.
And you only had 2 years. You ain't had
So
no
what that
steps in
say
your
about
life.
you then, messing with newcomers?
Hey, man, I was trying to, you know.
Oh, wow.
I saw them Korean eyes, and I'd always wanted a Korean one. I like black women. I like Korean. I seen them eyes, and I say, hey, best of both worlds.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I got you, too.
Right. You got me?
You
Yeah.
ain't went nowhere.
No, I ain't going nowhere. It's too late. Nah, you a registered nurse about to be, man. I'm trying to get this bread. I'm telling you, man, ain't no need of leaving now. You was broke when I met you.
I better get a ring for Christmas.
Oh, you gonna get a ring, all right. You gonna get a ring. Let me see, we got a caller? Hello, caller?
Yo,
What's going on? Who am I speaking to?
this LL,
Oh, my God, you killed me with that,
the
man.
original LL.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Levance. He called himself LL. Robin was just on here talking about you like a dog, man. She was talking about the shirt that you got on at the that we took at the photo shoot, the little fluffy one make you look like Amadeus. You look like Christopher Columbus you look like Christopher Columbus with that shirt.
That's all right.
The Vans, you know I
He
wasn't
did- he
talking
did.
about you.
I know that, Sean. It's all Sean. He even got I was texting Larry yesterday, and he texted me back, and I told him I'd be back on the 24th. He asked me, was it pre-release or parole?
I think I'm rubbing off on him, man.
Yeah, that's what I told him. Exactly what I texted him. I said, Sean is rubbing off on you.
But you don't understand, man. I think he gone. You don't understand what my goal is. Can you hear me, Levance?
What's that?
I'm trying to make him cuss.
Oh, okay.
He told me he was known as the cussing preacher. I'm trying to find. I ain't heard him cuss once, man. Now my man Anthony Beckham, he's a pastor. He cuss all the time. He have his gun on him and everything. But I'm trying to get Pastor James to cuss.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I didn't know the Beckhams for almost 30 years. Yes, I know. Yeah.
Oh, you know, I ain't know you knew Anthony, man.
His brother that passed away, I was real good friends with.
Yeah, Delbert. That was my boy.
Yeah.
That was my boy.
Yeah.
Y'all, you probably used to smoke. You probably used to smoke with Delbert.
We stayed on the same street on Woodworth.
Yeah, you used to smoke with Delbert. I knew. Why all your stories
No,
involve
he used to-
some
no,
type
he-
of? Why all your stories involve
he
some type of cocaine?
No,
in them?
he used to smoke with me.
Okay, why do all your stories got cocaine in? They start off so beautiful. It'd be a story about a newborn baby, and say in some kind of way it ends up with you smoking crack, man. My niece was just born. She was beautiful. Her name is Heaven. We was at the hospital. They brought gifts. It was just lovely. And then I was hitting the pipe later on that night. And every story you tell got a pipe in it.
Hey, but never had no sober stories, huh?
Hey man, listen.
Everything. I remember one time we was in the Cleveland Motel.
Right. Hey man, listen, man. They brought this autopsy back, and they said, remember what Joe Brown said? It was what did he say? It was an assisted suicide.
Yeah.
That's what they said. They said that his pants was down by his ankles.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't know nobody that hang themselves with their pants by their ankles. They said it was aradia dysphyxia, whatever that's called.
Yeah, asphyxia means you know a lack of air.
Right. So well, I think somebody killed him. So that's what it is. Hey man, listen, I'm not real good with the politics, man. So I'm glad you called in, man. Tell me what's going on with the government shutting down, man. Because I don't know nothing about it, man. I don't even pay that stuff no attention.
It's politics at its worst. All it is an opportunity for Obama to get some get back against the Republicans, and the Republicans try to get some get back at Obama about his Obamacare, but they're doing it at the expense of the people, because all of them that make the rules are still cashing checks.
Right.
The 800,000 workers that got paid off ain't been paid in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So they just politics. Obama's got them where he can, piss them off and make them mad for how they've been treating him and turning down his stuff. So now, they got to come together, though.
Well,
they got to come together.
What I don't understand is, are you familiar? Who all is out of work right now? Do you know?
Who? What now?
Who all is out of work right now? What phases of the government?
The federal employees here. I work with veterans, and so none of the paperwork downtown is being moved to the Veterans Administration. All the federally run parks and like the Veterans Memorial, the Grand Canyon, all that shit down. How you gonna shut down the Grand Canyon? What you gonna do? Put a pool cover over it?
Hey, LeVance, hold on 1 second, man. We got another caller.
All right.
All right, just stay there with us, LeVance. We got a new caller. Who we got on the line here?
Yo.
Who is this, Patrick?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Pat, man, what's going on with the government shutting down, man? Now, you were in the branch of the military, and you told me a bunch of secrets you wasn't supposed to tell me that violated the Geneva Convention. So before I give them your last name...
There, but I'm down at the federal building right now. The thing is, Social Security is coming to work, and they're not getting paid. You got IRS coming to work. They downsized the number of people that are working there. And if they don't take care of this shutdown by the 17th, I may not be at the federal building for a week or two or however long it takes. So you got people down there working right now, bro. I was talking to a girl on the elevator today, and she's like, you work with so-and-so, and I'm like, yes. And she said, you guys not getting paid? I said, no, we getting paid. And it kind of hurt my heart because she's going upstairs to work at her desk and perform her duties for America, and she knows she's not getting that check tomorrow.
Wow. So what
and it's like LeVance was saying, it's politics on the backs of the American people. What people need to understand, call your congressman, call your congresswoman, and let them know, because the thing is, we spend a lot of money.
Well,
we're not getting paid.
Let me ask you a question, Pat, because like I told LeVance, I really don't understand the whole thing. Can you answer a question without violating anything? Because we don't have your last name or nothing like that, but can you tell us what division you work in that's still getting paid or not?
I can't really mention the division.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I work for DOD, Department of Defense.
Okay.
Our money is allocated pre-allocated at the beginning of the fiscal year, so we have money to function.
Okay.
Now, you have agencies such as the IRS and Social Security. Their money comes in like on a quarterly basis, for example. So they get paid as they go. We get paid ahead of time. So the thing is, there's no reason for us to shut down like they furloughed us.
Okay. All right. So what is the resolution of this, man? Because I was talking to Robin, and she was saying that the Republicans just trying to get back at Obama. Is that what this is really about?
And it is. It's a way of getting at him. Look at it. I'll put it to you like this. In 95, under Clinton's presidency, they shut down for 21 days. I feel they're going to shut down for as much as a month to make it worse than it has ever been. The thing is, there was no reason to shut down. They're claiming they want adjustments in Obamacare, which is actually called the Affordable Care Act that makes it clear across the board and fair for everyone to receive medical care. The problem is they're saying that there needs to be adjustments to it, but the true problem is the Republicans were trying to pass the same act until Obama got involved. So that's why you see them saying it's Obamacare. It's not Obamacare. It's the Affordable Care Act. If people want to see how ignorant America truly is, go to YouTube and check out Jimmy Kimmel's interview with all sorts of Americans. And they didn't know that Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act was the same thing. So he'd say, well, which one do you want? They say, give me the Affordable Care Act, but I don't want Obamacare. It's the same thing.
Right.
You know, and there's no reason to shut us down. It's just another way to make the rich richer and the poor poor.
Yeah.
That's what it truly is about.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because they were talking about, you know, the mandatory insurance, and Robin had experienced that at her job, how they, you know, make you get it or whatever if you don't have it. And the strange part about it is the rich are not going to suffer from this. The middle class is going to get nailed, because all the rich got to do is adjust their finances to cope with what they're going to be billed. You understand what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, so...
But not...
Go ahead.
Not only that, the thing is, it's affordable for everybody. So it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to hurt those. They're going to be subsidized. So the ones that have care source and things, you'll continue to get care source. You don't have to pay anything extra. The problem is Cleveland Clinic and a lot of these other places overcharge you for the work that they do. And the problem is these wealthy people that get rich off the backs of the working Americans, they can't rip us off anymore. And that's why the Affordable Care Act, otherwise called the Obamacare, they don't want it to pass because it's going to cut some of that extra money. That's like you want a sound system installed in your vehicle. You and I know it's going to cost $250, but I'm charging you $500.
Oh, you saying you saying
they can no longer do that?
You saying so they pretty much like Lewis Electronics, huh?
Exactly. That's why I don't go there.
That's why don't nobody go to Lewis Electronics no more. Lewis Electronics the highest in the city. But that's ironic. That's ironic that we brought this issue up. And I didn't even think about you when you work for the government, and that's cool. And I don't want to keep talking about it because I don't know who may be listening or who may try to say, you know, because, you know, when you work for the government, man, they only want you to say so much about so many things. They don't want you to have an opinion about government issues. They just want you to perform a service. So,
yeah, but you know, I can give a rat's behind about what they think because I get money anyway.
Yeah, I know. But see, you pimping them female midgets, that ain't gonna last forever, man. You gonna have to get a real gig.
Hey, I get it while it's hot, not like it's not, baby.
Right. You got them going for half price, right?
Hey, I'm taking food because food stamps is being cut out, so I'm taking food.
Okay. Hey, man, did you hear were you watching the show earlier, man?
No, I watched a little bit. You ain't about to get out on Robin because you know I always got Robin's back.
Nah. Nah,
You know what? I'm gonna make it even. I'm gonna start teaming up with Keisha. That's what I'm gonna do. And you gonna hate that. Cause just like Robin, Keisha ain't never right either.
I've been telling you that for years.
Don't be mad because he on my team.
Alright. Hey Pat, man. Hey, thanks for calling, man. You know me and you gonna get together later on this week anyway.
Yeah, hit me up. We got a little skate party for Morgan this weekend, so just hit me up.
Oh, really? Okay, that's gonna be nice, man. I definitely give you a call off the air, man. Thanks for calling, Pat.
All right, much love. Y'all stay up.
All right. Yeah. So.
You're a hater.
Why?
Because you don't like that people take my side, and I think that is so cruel. You want everybody to agree with you.
Listen, I done told one
This is
story.
the-
I will turn your whole public against you with one story, Robin.
Oh my God.
Huh?
What story?
Do you want me to tell it?
No.
Okay then. That's what I
Tell me
said.
when
So
it happened.
everybody just heard that. Y'all think this girl is perfect and sweet, and she is lovely. Okay, she is lovely. She is worthy of respect and all of that stuff. But y'all, if y'all paying attention, y'all have noticed the ego. Y'all ain't noticed the ego. Oh, I let you move. Who moved you? You know that didn't have to be said. You know what I'm saying?
But everybody
I moved you in my brand new car. Like, everybody didn't need to know you had a brand new
let's
car.
tell this story. Let's tell
No,
listen,
Robin,
listen.
please.
You
No,
tell-
Robin,
This
no.
is not a bad story. It's not bad.
Lord.
Listen, you saying that it's an ego all involved, right? You
October the 24th, Levance will be back. I can't wait, man. I don't even think Robin is coming back on the show because she's so busy. You know, she make me feel
But
so
they
guilty.
might ask for me though. So if they ask for me, I'll come back. But you don't want me here because you don't like the attention that I'm getting. But that's okay.
I want you here, baby. I ain't
No,
got
you
no
don't.
problem with
well,
you.
let's tell the story. Remember you
All right,
said you talked about my ego and all of that stuff and how this stuff ain't have to be said and this and that. Tell the people how you said. When I hear you talking, I don't know who talking. I think I'm looking at myself. You say I act like you.
The bottom line
The bottom line
is
is what?
Robin don't have no personality, man.
Sean don't have no personality.
Listen, Robin act just like me.
Oh, is
Okay,
that the truth?
we sitting up in the house one day, and I asked her a question, and she answered it the way I would have answered it, and like just kept on moving. And I'm looking, and if you ever seen the episode of Martin where Pam was acting like Martin, that's how Robin is. Robin just takes my personality. She messes with people. When I met Robin, she was quiet. She was quiet. She didn't talk that much. She was soft-spoken. She didn't want a lot of attention. Now she's obnoxious, like me. She answers the phone. Listen, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't even see the mic on the screen. I done devised a way to move the mic so it wouldn't be so overwhelming when I'm talking to you guys. So Robin is so loud, and I find myself checking her, but I think before I say it, like, she got that from me. And she'll answer the phone, and I'll be sitting right there next to it. I'll be watching the game, and she'll be in the other room, and she'll come sit down on the couch with me. Yeah, girl, huh? Yup, they was there. And I'll be looking like, man, what is wrong with you? And then I have to check myself because I talk louder.
So you should be a
know.
better example for me because you
You don't pick up any of my good habits.
It's very few to pick up. I mean, the other ones is like it's glaring.
Very few good habits. I got a lot of good habits,
You
but
are
I'm
a
not
very
going.
nice person.
I'm
You
not
are.
going to. No, 2 weeks ago you told him I was cheap,
Well, no, you're not cheap, and I told her and told the truth. You look out for me.
so you had lied then.
No, I was.
If you turned
we was
around and
doing
told the
show.
truth.
We was doing the show.
Okay.
See,
she a liar. I
no,
told.
you
She
look
just.
out for me. You want me to tell them all you done did a
No,
lot of stuff. for me.
don't do that. No.
You done a lot of stuff.
And I
for
did
me.
it out the kindness of my heart. It don't have to be discussed. But anyway.
You did it for payback later.
Oh no, I'm gonna get mine.
See,
you ain't
that's
even
what
have
I'm
to worry
saying.
about it.
I
I'm gonna
know.
get mine eventually.
But
You know.
but I'm sorry I act like you. I'm trying to tone it down a little bit though.
No, it's cool. You can act like me. I just don't know
You
who
like
it is I
looking at
love. Right. I feel
that's
like
ego.
it feel arrogant, like I'm loving myself, like I'm, yeah, like But the thing is that you guys have to remember is me and Robin have been together for 12 years, right? It's been off and on, but it's been off and on and been on and off, right?
More on than off.
Okay. All right. Now it sounds like something else. But listen, the way you said, it's a Christian show. We got to,
Okay,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? It's been, but it came a point at one time where I was unhappy with what was going on. I was thinking about walking away, like I'm sure maybe she has before. You ain't never want to walk away, are you?
No, I won.
Oh,
I just
okay.
yeah.
All right, so it came to a point I wanted to walk away, and I'm starting there thinking, I'm like, man, it's a totally different situation now than when I met her. When I met her, and I thought about it, and I said, well, that's what God would want me to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to, if I do have to leave, I'm supposed to leave her in a better predicament than she was in when I met her. And things worked out, and then we didn't end up, separating, but I had to be okay with that. It was just, the selfish part of me is like, man, she was broke when I met her. She got money now. She a homeowner. She got, her credit is good. Like, man, I put her together for somebody else. But realistically, that's not what happened. What happened is that God put us in each other's path, and we actually helped each other. When I met Robin, Robin gave me the money to get my license right. Because I wasn't going to get my license right. I figured the catching come before the hanging, and I'm just riding around with no license, no insurance, just doing my thing. So it was probably the first kind act that a woman had did for me in quite a long time, because I'm not really the type of guy that accepts gifts from women. Once I got sober, when I was doing my thing, I used women, just took advantage of any opportunity I could get. So that was one of the kind acts, and I knew right away that she was a good person. She had a good heart, so sometimes you gotta take the bitter with the sweet, because she got a lot of flaws. You know what I'm saying? But
You do too. And I accept you for the flaws.
Like what?
A lot of
Exactly.
the control issue.
Control issue.
Yes.
Give me an example of
The
me being
anger
controlled.
issue. One time I was driving, you in front of me and driving in your own car, and I'm behind you. And because I don't want to drive the way you driving, you call me on my phone and say, all you got to do is just get over. I told you to switch lanes.
Man.
I don't have to switch
Listen,
lanes.
man, she don't know how to drive.
No.
She don't know how to drive. We driving in a congested area, right?
I don't
now,
have to drive like you.
Okay, we driving in a
See?
congested area. She keep getting caught up in the traffic. So when I switch over to get in the other lane,
You want me to switch.
Right, so because I'm trying to give her a clear shot home.
But I didn't want to switch. I don't have to switch lanes. What if I like being in a congested area? You gotta be okay with it. It doesn't matter. I don't like going.
You don't want to get home on time. Is that what you're telling me?
We wasn't in a rush to get home. You wanted me to
God.
stay right behind you. I don't swerve from lane to lane. I don't switch lanes like that. And you had a problem with that. And then when I said you gotta control the driving, you hung up because you knew it was true.
Okay.
And there's other situations.
All right. Well, okay. Well, she said I'm controlling. All right. We went to go buy a car one day. I gotta speed this up. The guy showed me the cars that he was getting. I told him which one I wanted, and it had the price on it. She didn't see it, but I did. So the car was like $3,000. He go get the car. He bring the car back. She see it. She like it. He told me he want 8. I'm like, man, I'm not giving you 8. Make a long story short, I told him I'd give him 6 cash or 7 cash. It was a used car. We were driving used cars at the time. And she said, she was like, I want the car. Like, no, we're not about to give him no $5,000 more than what he paid for this car. So what ended up happening was I told her, don't talk to the man. I told him, don't talk to her.
90 seconds.
That's dead. When he bring the price down, we'll be good. So what ended up happening was Robin went behind my back and went and bought this car that she couldn't afford to pay for. Now, I could, but she couldn't afford to pay for. So that was a bad decision. So I try to help her make decisions, and sometimes she's not always willing to follow the advice, so I kind of, exert myself. But I'm not controlling, and if I am, then, so what?
Be it.
Right, so be it. Look, Hey, listen, man. This show just breezed through. I really missed y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Make sure that y'all come see us on Instagram, The Safe House Show, Facebook, The Safe House Show, Twitter, The Safe House Show, and The Safe House Show at gmail.com. You got anything you want to say since this is going to be your last time on this show? Do you want to say goodbye?
Just hit them up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If y'all want me back, I'll be back.
Yeah,
I miss y'all too.
Yeah, she might be back.
I'll be back.
Right.
He won't come.
Right.
Okay.
I just want to tell y'all that it's good to be back. I miss y'all. Make sure that y'all come back next week at 7 o'clock.
10 seconds.
And we done.
Bye.